Hello, my name is Leo. Welcome back for another episode of 103 Black Ice as per C. So in previous episode we managed to take a bit more ground, well, mostly my zero, I believe. But at least, actually I don't remember if we even took that. We were attacking Zeruga for a while, but that didn't really go all that well. Also the attack on Osaka didn't go well. But we did manage to pull in a few more counterattacks from the enemy. We did do a landing in Shikoku. Well, of course, since we got the submarines in here, they won't really have the opportunity to do really much else against us. I did do a quick little reboot between the episodes in here, so we'll have a bit of imbalance of production there for a brief moment, or mostly I think it was just some of the reinforcements were cancelled. There's not much defenders in the port in Sasaki, so I'm hoping that the landing troops over here can then take that port. We probably have a bit more, yeah, we got a bit more troops heading in here. So we've got at least one more division that we can then send in here. Well, especially once we take Sasaki, we can bring some more troops, and if we can encircle the enemy in here, that'd be brilliant. Oh, another victory at Telenesti. Right, how's Chisinau doing? It's not the best, but it's not the worst right now either. Like the ground attacks we can hold off quite, or the ground-based attacks rather, we can hold off for quite a while, I reckon. It's the air attacks that are the problem. Now, technically speaking, what I could do is I could go ahead and... Oh no. Yeah, no, our players have taken a bit too much casualties. I'm gonna let them stay there for a little while. But that's another victory over here in Chisinau. So, Takamatsu is currently under attack still. That's the landings, one of the landings that we did in there. I'm gonna go ahead and send in probably the mercenary directly into the port. And the motorized division is gonna go around to confirm the encirclement. We don't have a huge amount of supplies in here, but we've got enough for, well, a decent landing, I suppose. And with this, we can hopefully... Let's think of what I could even do. Oh, they're doing bombing runs in here already. Hopefully it's not... No, it's just ground attacks. Okay, that's fine. If it was logistical bombing, then that could be disastrous for us. Oh, Romanesti is under attack, but let's go ahead and pull back one of those naval infantry divisions. We've still got okay amount of troops in here. Of course, they got even more troops attacking us than we have attacking them. But if we can take the port... Oh, right, there we go. Bombing in Shizuoka. How's the enemy unity right now? Probably hasn't had much of an impact yet. No, not really. I'm going to go ahead and buy some... actually, we'll buy some more chromite. I know that we need more of that. And the attack in Sasaki... I mean, it's going. We got the landing craft back in here again. So I'm going to go ahead and leave one of these behind. And then land some more... Oh, right. Land some more troops into Uwajima. So one of them will probably go along to the northern side, and two more will attack the port. There's at least one more unit that they're now sending towards the port. They've got a garrison and the detachment for the HQ, or defense detachment for the HQ. So, oh, right. Okay, this one's going to be a disaster potentially. I mean, it depends. I suppose if the Soviet unit shatters, then we could potentially hold on, but I think we may need to pull back behind the river line. It's just, we're taking a bit too much casualties for my liking in here. But at least we're dealing some problems for the enemy, so it's not entirely bad, I suppose. Right, there's another infantry division, so that's the 23rd Corps now completed. Is there... Oh, is there the advanced resource substitution? No, not yet. Okay. That's something that I'd really want to be able to get going again. Let's see, so... A bit more than a month for a few more cruisers. We'll be getting some light cruiser, or light carrier, sorry, in, well, next year actually, so that's going to be a while still. We got some interceptors underway. Those might be some that we just need to send over here for repairing. So our troops should be now landing, I guess. Wait, are they landing? Oh, hold on a bit. Because these troops are on the move. I don't think it counts as... Okay, so how about we give it another try? Actually, we could probably go ahead and invade into Ozu instead. So they're not under ground attacks constantly. Necessarily, at least. Oh, Himeji Akashi is under attack by quite a few units, actually. 15 units. Well, I suppose that does mean that ground attacks... it's basically all the troops in Osaka, or at least most of the troops from Osaka are attacking us. And we've got plenty of troops there defending, so I think we can hold on to that. And reinforcements should be arriving shortly onto Shikoku. The combat towards... hold on, it's... oh, battle command. Oh. Well, it's tempting we need the officers right now, so I'm going to say no on that one. Oh, and a heavy industry in... Changjiakou. Oh, cool. Right, so where is that? That's, I believe it's the one over here, yeah. Oh, there we go. So let's go ahead and build some industry there. Major Kaja being attacked. We've got... Oh, right, shore bombardment is affecting some of the combatants. Actually, it's not that... Oh, it's the landing craft right now that's providing that. Okay. That reminds me, we still got the assault ships as well, which we could potentially use for shore bombardment in here. Probably not the best of use for them, but I think it would help the situation. Go ahead and give a support attack from here. So the Battle of Sasaki will be slightly faster over. Oh, that was painful attack here. Yeah, I think, well, actually, most of that damage was probably on the Soviet unit, actually. Now that I think of it, there's still the bombing runs on both sides, admittedly. Takamatsu is still under attack, but the enemy is starting to take quite a bit of casualties in here now. So we're slowly holding them back, and we've got some reinforcements in here. So that one can join in the combat. These two are probably going to move in here to potentially start doing a counterattack onto Kochi. That's got the copper mines in there, and I want those copper mines. Now we've got 3 units attacking into Sasaki, so I think it's going to be fairly reasonable attack in there now. Oh, mini shipyard, there we go, in Fuzhou. And right, reinforcements were fine, supplies were mostly fine. We are going to be getting some interceptors starting from tomorrow again. Ooh, there's 1,000 catalysts. And we did a bit of, oh, is that runaway crating? Oh, runaway crating, we don't need to do that anymore. What we should be doing is some ground attacks in here, quite frankly. We're not going to be able to get there immediately, mind you. Right, so how's the battle in the north here? I think, oh, the bombing ended, right. Yeah, a lot of the enemies are now about to start losing the combat. Well, at least, if not even shattering, but yeah, it is going rather well in our favor, I would argue. Have we got on the... Oh yes, we got the assault ships here now, so the penalty 14.7%. Same goes for the battle up here in Himeji, so that's actually going to be really nice. Still got our battle fleet over here on the northern side. Oh, veteran... I guess we could take the veteran HQ. That doesn't reduce the amount of officers that we get or anything like that. Right, we got some interceptors in Busan, which we could assign these onto, but I think we're actually going to go ahead and just assign these into our capital for now. Assign this under the Western Army Group. So once we get the full group, we'll send that to Russia or Soviet Union. There we go. Oh, Tsuruga, yeah, we're getting some good bombardment in there as well. I suppose what I could do is I could quickly go ahead and attack there. Stop that attack. A few hundred casualties, but that's alright. Ooh, there we go, victory at Sasaki, and we've taken the port. Aha, they won't get any supplies through here anymore. Maizuru is now under attack. Not by a lot of troops, mind you. So the enemy is now surrounded. As soon as the troops get in position, we're going to start clearing out the remaining troops. Now we've got a port over here, which we can then bring supplies through, so that's going to be quite useful. Maizuru is under attack again. I think it's time to start attacking in here, actually. This one's going to join in the combat as soon as it can. These could probably actually join in the combat as well. There's a mountain forest, not exactly the easiest terrain, mind you. But I suspect that with the encirclement and all that, they are going to be taking a lot of casualties. Some of the enemy units, or a lot of the enemy units, I think, are in double combat as well. So they're going to be taking lots and lots of casualties. They're down to 15 units currently. I think that might be going to... Oh, there we go, victory in Maizuru. With no casualties on our side. At least not from ground-based attacks. Oh, and we're under attack over here again. Is that... Okay, that's separate Karelian battalions. That's not really my problem. Is this one... Oh, that needs to pull back. Otherwise it's going to shatter. I'm going to go ahead and pull back behind the river line in here. I know that I might threaten some of the Soviets in there, but I just don't want to be taking this much casualties in here. At least across the river we can hold on of a little bit. Oh, and we're going to be taking a lot of casualties in here. Okay, I'm going to retreat these. This could maybe move down south. Maybe one of these can go and help there. Well, the defenders are still mostly holding. That's the battle in Kochi, so they've still got 15 units in there. But of course, again, there's the double combat, so that's inflicting a decent bit of casualties on there. They've got 12 of the 15 attacking. So there's a few units that are not in the combat, mind you, but those are the minority. Ooh, there we go. More heavy IC. Total, well, we did get the heavy industry right quite recently. And trade interdiction submarine doctrine, so submarines will have a bit easier time. Another assault ship, actually. We can go and sign it in here. Did we already have 6, though? We did. Okay. Well, we can make a bigger fleet, of course. When are we going to get a next one? Okay, in a few days we'll get another one. We're getting the naval base in Miyazaki, a few upgrades. Well, another upgrade at least, soon enough. Another good bombing run in Kochi, so they've got 14 units there total still, of which 11 are still attacking. Of course, those units are running a bit low on organization, which is now under attack. Okay, we can probably hold back the enemy for a little while in here. We definitely want to get across the river as soon as we can. Well, let's see, we can probably hold on there for now, at least against that fascist militia. It looks like our troops have taken quite a heavy casualties in here. Because we don't really have the interceptors currently, like the interceptor numbers right now to keep the area safe. Of course, once we clear out the situation in Japan, eventually, then we'll have a lot better situation on that. I could probably go and add the war goal now to acquire territory, Sakhalin. We'll get some crude oil from there, like guaranteed. And enemies down to now 9 units attacking from Kochi. They've got 13 units there total, of which at least 3 are basically out of organization, so they won't really take part in any of that. And they've got 10 units defending, and I suspect that with the ground attacks that we're doing, and the attacks that we're doing, of course, with 7 units attacking in there, we are probably going to be able to break a lot of these, and assuming that the defenders in Takamatsu don't falter. Did they actually manage to get... No, they're trying to send in troops across the straits from Wakayama, but that's not going to work for them. Oh, and the 1st Mechanized Corps has been taking quite a bit of casualties in here. They've still got quite a bit of units attacking us. That being said, we've still got quite a few units that could enter the combat. So maybe it's time to pull back the commander from there. If need be, I could send in more troops from here, but I kind of think... Well, actually, no, I don't think we need more troops in... Shikoku. I think the troops that we have there currently are going to be sufficient. We'll be getting some more assault ships soon enough. The medium artillery is, well, upgrading in the Juruka. That's 1,100 casualties for the enemy there. It's pretty decent. And Kochi was another 900. So how much is the manpower, actually? They got 87,000, of which they're, of course, losing a decent bit on the attacks. And we got 104,000 attacking the province. And conclusion after victory. There we go. So that was Otachi. We got a victory in there. Took a while. How's the Japanese unity now? They are at 99.9% still. I don't think their industry is doing all that strong. I'm pretty sure that we've taken a pretty decent chunk of it. Meiji Akashi is only 2, so Osaka is at least 10. That's as much as we can tell. We've taken Sasaki, which was 10. Another 2 over there. They do not have industry in Kochi, but that copper is going to be quite handy. That's something that I'll be starting to increase in size as soon as I can. Telenesti under attack. I think that one's something that we can hold on quite easily. Yeah, the Lair Brigade is not doing all that well on the attack. And we've got at least some of the troops across the river. I think it's time to retreat from there. We can hold the river line, but I don't think we can hold on the other side of the river, really. If we could hold on to Chisinau or something, that would be quite useful, but it is going to be tricky with the constant bombing. And it's costing us so many officers that I don't think we can really hold on to it. Airborne unit training advance, a bit more morale for a few things. Cruiser horizontal protection advance, and there's another interceptor. Actually, speaking of interceptors, how are planes doing now? They're still in pretty bad shape. We might combine 2 of them into one reserve group. Actually, we could probably just combine both of these now. This could be the reserve group. That also removes 1 extra officer or the air commander that we need in there. They are now down to, well, they're still at 13 units total, of which only 9 are now attacking. And those attacking units, there's only 3 that are really proper divisions. Everything else is kind of rubbish. So I think the battle in Kochi is going to be, well, manageable, to say the least. Now, I don't think we'll be destroying, actually, a lot of these units. There's going to be at least these 3 that will be destroyed. Most of them are just shattering. But even then, they then of course need to reinforce everything. It's going to take a while, and they need to move back in. So we got a chance there, but we haven't really been able to get across the narrows in here. Although at least the battles are going mostly in our favor. Ooh, combined arms integration. Right, that's 1947 tech. So that's 1 less tech to research. And we got another interceptor. So that's the full group and assault ship in Masan. I suppose with the short bombardment that we're doing in here, at least the enemy is having a bit of issues in there. Admittedly, it's not going to be a massive impact, but it does reduce, for example, or counteract at least some of the bonus that they get from territorial pride, which of course we do not have access in here because these are not our core provinces. But the officer ratio is still taking quite a dip in here. So actually, do we still have troops in here? So I'm going to go ahead and retreat these. I'll let the Soviets take control, hold of that combat for now, just so that I can get into the defensive positions in here and hold on to the areas without necessarily losing as much troops for the ground attack. I mean, the fortresses will at least help a little bit, but they're not going to have a huge impact necessarily. And there's quite a bit of attack into v12. So the entry towards Odessa. Oh, and there we go. Medium fuel tank research advance. Right, so that's going to allow us to get the new levels of prototypes for the planes. Let's go ahead and get those underway. And I think at least the light and medium bombers, and I suppose the naval and flying boats, was all 4 of them that we just added in there. Well, I'm going to put those to the top of the list, because the sooner we have those upgraded, better results we're going to be getting. Well, there we go. Well, now they are down to 11 units total, of which 7 are still attacking. But more and more will be shattering, I reckon. And the sooner they do that, the sooner we shall have victory. And then we can maybe move some of these troops away. Like, we'll leave a bit of troops into Takamatsu, because that's the crossing point. In case we somehow, like, lose control of that. So they won't be able to retake the island easily. But then what we might be able to do... So we've got a few options. We could try to landing into Kashihara. Or somewhere in here. If we can take that one, we can then cut off these troops. But holding on to that could be a bit of a problem. Alternatively, we could do something wildly different. Is start moving some troops back into, like, maybe go to Vladivostok and then do landings into Sakhalin. Clear out Sakhalin. Then from there, we can use the troops to do landings into Hokkaido. And if we can take Hokkaido, that's gonna... If we can especially hold on to the province of Hakodate over here. And just hold the enemy back there. We could maybe even allow them to try to attack across the strait. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure. But like, if we can take Hokkaido, then they will be spreading their troops around that way. And then potentially we could do another landing behind the enemies in here. Like, if they got troops in Mutsu, then do the landing into Hashinohe. And then destroy the troops in Mutsu and then link up with the troops and start pushing further south. That might potentially allow us to start breaking further and further through the lines here. I'm going to go ahead and do another quick little attack into Zugura, because there's so many troops in there. Oh, right, there's a lot of troops attacking in here. We may need to retreat a few more units. Maybe one of the mercenary divisions. Yeah, that one could retreat now. It's done a decent job at defending, admittedly, but we kind of got a lot of troops there still that could join the combat. Oh, and there we go, Maizuru is under attack. It's going to be a lot of casualties for the enemy. They're using mostly the conscripts, mind you, so it's not necessarily that much of the casualties in the end for them. Well, 3,000, we lost 1 man. Oh, we did get petroleum refinery recently. So I suppose the fuel situation, while it's not great for us, it's hopefully getting slightly better at least. And the enemy's down to 9 units now in Koshi. So our troops are actually holding our ground fairly admirably in the end. Oh, and Telenesti is under attack. Maizuru was another combat victory. So Telenesti is getting some more troops retreating in there. The battle is probably going to be a victory. I don't know if the troops... Oh, right, so these retreated recently. We are holding there. As the battle in here, we are taking a bit of casualties. But I think the enemies are taking a lot of losses as well, so I don't think it's going to be that bad. It's just the bombing runs are very, very annoying. That reminds me, though, we did get the interceptors now ready, so I suppose they're not in full organization, but they need to rebase in here anyway, so we'll rebase there first. Oh, and payment received. There we go. Get a bit more money. Do we have the... Oh, we do have built-up resource substitution. Aha. I'm going to go for more crude oil. As in Xinjiang. So that's the same province that we got before. So the oil, crude oil production in there is still quite fine. We can increase the industry in there a bit further. It's going to take a while before it fills up, but we need that crude oil more than we need a few factories. Oh, that's got the nylon in there. Okay. Ooh, machine gun focused battalions. There we go. Defensive and soft attack for infantry. And air superiority tactics advance. We've got another assault ship. So we could potentially actually take these assault ships now and bring them, let's first of all assign them under the Mao Zedong army group. But we can bring it in here so that there's a bit more shore bombardment for the northern side as well. Although the southern side probably could use it a bit more right now. But I'm pretty sure that... oh yeah, there's not that many enemies in here. That probably surrender, actually, that conscript. And then there's only 3 more defenders, of which 2 of them are still attacking as well. Oh, there we go. Maizuru is under attack. And keep that going. How's the battle in Imeji? There's still 157 units in reserve. What the heck is going on in here? I guess they're trying to send everything. Okay, well, let's go ahead and start building some pillboxes in here. But yeah, no, they're sending everything that they have in here. Well, I guess we need to start doing some troop rotation soon enough. Of course, we've still got plenty of troops in there, so it's not that bad. And if we can prevent them from doing a lot of bombing runs in there, which I don't think we are actually doing right now. Well, actually, I think we are. They're not doing a lot of ground attacks in there. They're doing ground attacks in Shikoku. And what do they have? Oh, right, there's got some boats, or planes flying above. But the defenders in Kochi are at least going down. So yeah, they brought in all their troops, essentially. No, not really all, but actually, how much is that manpower-wise in here now? There are 1.4 million men in this combat. I think they might have a bit of a stacking penalty, I would hope. But no, they don't, actually. Okay, in that case, let's go ahead and send these down on the southern side. We need more shore bombardment in there to wreck the enemies. Oh, there we go, Victor and Maizuru. Now, the thing is, of course, if we can win the combat in here, one way or the other, that's going to be a whole lot of casualties for the enemy. Now, admittedly, a lot of that is like conscript and fastest militia and all that, but there is quite a few proper divisions as well in this. Alternatively, that probably means that they're taking most of the troops away from Tokyo. So if we are really brave, I don't think we're quite that brave to be fair, but we could potentially do landings near Tokyo and take that over while they got most of the armies over here in the west stuck in a combat, which is not really helping them too much. And the enemy is still going to be taking a whole lot of casualties in these combats. There's a lot of attacks from into Maizuru, although most of these aren't really that strong. Do we still have close air support that is not active, or hasn't been doing bombing runs recently? No, I think most of them have been very active. Actually, no, we might have a few in here. The light bombers. Convoy raiding is not really needed in there, so I'm going to start doing a bit more. At this point, there's more ground attack needed in there, quite frankly. So the port strikes, we can, or the naval bombers, actually they are in Hiroshima, aren't they? They're not actually doing the bombing runs there right now anyway. We could maybe go ahead and start doing some convoy raiding around Tokyo in the meanwhile. So if we can get Kronosaka in Osaka, so it's everything that is attacking is from Osaka. They got already 175 units total in this combat. That is insane. A bit of air combat over Hiroshima. Well, at least we did some damage in there. And the situation in Kochi, there's only 3 divisions in there still in combat, plus another 3 in reserves. But I suspect that the attacking units, that one's still double combat, and I believe the... Oh, there we go, that's 1 more unit destroyed. At least pushed out of the area for the time being. And now there's not that much defenders remaining. We're down to 86% officer ratio, so that's not great. We might... Oh, major victory. That'll see... Oh, right, there we go. Takamatsu. Right, we lost 10,000 men, they lost 63,000 men in there. But that's finally over. Otaji is still under attack. Is there... Right, there's still this combat going on. I'm going to go ahead and send in an infantry division over there. And have this one retreat over that way. We can send one of these motorized divisions down there. It's just we need some more troops in that combat. Takamatsu, they attacked again. And Kochi was a victory. They did have quite a bit of troops in there. That's now sorted out. We can go ahead and send one of the infantry divisions back to Sasaki. And then everything else can... Well, actually... We're going to send in the mercenary and the motorized division there as well, so we can maybe transport those back. The naval... Oh, right, they're doing some bombing runs in here. The naval infantry, we can probably push out, or pull out. We'll leave a few divisions in here, dig in. We can probably go ahead and start building the beach defenses. So there we go. If they try to, or somehow get a chance to do attacks in here, we can at least have some better chance of defending. I think that one of the generals is time to retreat. Oh, that's actually myself. Alright then, yeah, so I'm going to pull that one back. I'm going to go ahead and send in... Do I need to send in more troops there yet? Not really. Of course, they won't have most of the troops in the active combat. Oh my goodness, that list is just growing larger and larger. Major defeat in Sekiro. Oh dear. Well, yeah, we did get pushed out of there. So, yeah, we might have a bit of an issue here. Because we did get the planes now down here, didn't we? Yes, we did. Okay. They're not really quite ready for this yet, but I'm going to go ahead and start doing air intercepts daily. Defensive. And just around there to protect at least the central front over here. Oh, another victory in Maizuru. Now the question is, they probably need so much supplies in here. Can we see their supply demand? Not really. At least not yet. So I wonder if we got the light bombers or something in here. We got the medium bombers that have been doing crowd attacks in Osaka. So if we were just do a... I don't know which way their supplies are coming through. But let's say if we go and do some... I'm going to start with Nara. Start doing some logistical bombing in there. I'm expecting that, well, as soon as we can get in there, we can probably see quite a bit of supplies moving through. No, it is going through Kyoto. Oh, that's good to know. At least destroying a little bit in there. Yeah, there's 30 supplies. Although we've got more stuff in here. Can we see... Okay, how much are they needing Osaka? They got so much supplies and fuel in there that they don't actually need too much. And they're not using that quickly, so I guess that's not really helping all that much. Alternatively, we could do some logistical bombing in Nagoya. It's a bit further away, so we don't really have air coverage in there. But we can at least, for future, we can reduce the supplies that they'll have going through. Although, how much effectiveness it's going to be remains to be seen. So it's now 183 units in the combat. Oh, and the Shizuoka bombardment ended. Right, so where do we have the... First of all, let's combine these two groups. Probably could have used the combine command, to be fair. Or the short key there, but that's alright. So we might need to retreat another unit soon enough. The question is, like, how quickly are the enemies taking the casualties? Also, we should probably go ahead and pull the pillboxes as such to the top of the list. As well as the petroleum refineries, really. Because the petroleum refineries do take quite a while to be built. But once we do have those, it'll definitely make a difference in our fuel situation. Ooh, and jungle unit training. That helps the light infantry, naval infantry, marines, elite light infantry, so the mercenaries essentially, and colonial light infantry, which I don't think we have colonial light infantry even available to us. No, I think we need to have some provinces in Africa or India to get those. We are going to get the anti-aircraft guns. I suppose another thing that I could do is build some anti-aircraft guns over here in Himeji to help with some of that. Like, I don't know if they're doing a lot of ground attacks in here, mind you, but it's probably a good idea to provide some defenses at least. Notaji, we are still under attack in there. Oh, Yokohama, well, there we go. There's another transport tank. And we're doing some logistical bombing over here in Nagoya. The problem, of course, is, again, still the fact that they got such a huge amount of supplies in Osaka. They had, like, over 10,000 supplies or something like that, or 20,000 supplies. Well, they do actually have... Oh, but we are intercepting the bombers there. Well, there we go. We've got some more room over there, so we could maybe take the interceptors in here. I'm going to move these as a reserve in Hiroshima. And then these could potentially move into Maizuru. They are still doing bombing run in there, but I suppose we've got a lot of troops as well that are going to shoot them down. At least partially, so it's not really that bad of a situation in the end. We've got all the naval infantry in here, so we could potentially use those for another landing. We could perhaps go ahead and take the naval infantry from there and transport them to maybe Vladivostok for now. Because we don't have need for the transport ships in here currently, so these can do the transporting. So let's go ahead and move to Tokushima. We can take the naval infantry away. We've got a few infantry units as well extra in here. That's probably fine. One of the things that I'm slightly concerned about is this battle in Himeji, but I suppose if we can get some pillboxes in there, we've got the fairly strong units in there currently. We've got plenty of troops to rotate with. We do not have supply issues, as far as I can tell. I mean, actually, how much do we need supplies ourselves in here? So, oh, supply from Maizuru. Oh, so that's the primary thing, okay. Oh, we've got so much supplies in here that we don't actually need to. Fair enough. But yeah, I think we're mostly fine in supplies currently. And the enemy is definitely taking losses in here. Since they're attacking from just one angle, we've got a lot of armored units in here, and they do not have the piercing. Well, they have piercing for a lot of them, but not all of it. Oh, okay, we're under attack over there. We have not retaken that province. These are still in pretty bad shape. Ooh, chromite surplus. There we go. Actually, no, that's not good because we lost the chromite surplus again. Never mind. That reminds me, though, we can actually take control of the mine, can't we? Or maybe not. Oh, it probably needs to wait until next month before that's available. But yeah, then we can get our own copper mines, which will be quite handy. Well, at least there's a very target-rich area in Osaka. The problem is that I have a feeling that there's so much anti-aircraft fire as well that every time we do a sortie in there, it's going to take like a week before we can do another one. That being said, there's a few more enemy units that will be pushed out of the combat soon enough. I suppose if we win this combat, there's going to be so many enemy units that are off from the front line for a long while that I don't think they'll be really capable of fighting for a good while. So that might be our chance to then do a counterattack. I suspect that there's... Oh, copper surplus. There we go. Now we got the thing. Took a little while. Oh, and heavy cruiser advanced. There we go. We can do some more research. Get the armament and the armor. We're also going to go ahead and build a few heavy cruisers. This time not in serial, but rather in parallel. So that's going to allow us to get a few more things. There's some more upgrades coming through soon enough. A bit more naval bases in, I suppose, Kyushu for the most part. We'll be getting some more close air support. We'll be, well, later on in this autumn, we'll be getting some more tactical bombers. Another naval bomber crew. But man, that is a whole lot of troops that they have in here. A bit of air combat over Nagoya. Oh, these tactical bombers are not going to do all that strong. But we did destroy a few supplies there. And, okay, we're under attack by some Germans in the west. Are we holding on to this? I think we are. Some of our troops are a bit out of supplies, though, which is not great. Oh, there we go. That's another 36. I think we may need to just send these back. Where are you? Okay, your supplies from Busan. I'm going to just go ahead and rebase in there. Rather than do the bombing runs, because that's not really doing the damage needed. But there we go. That's another enemy unit out of the combat. So they've still got 175 in the reserves. So they are basically sending everything they have. And the kitchen sink. Okay, we may need to pull back another unit from here. Are we... That's not really in good shape. These aren't really in good shape either, to be fair. So the situation on the western front is not great. We may need to start pulling back a little bit. But it's just I don't have the air coverage right now. The Soviets are weak in all things considered. How's the Germans looking like in... Okay, they have been pushed a little bit away from Paris, but they've also taken another area near Paris. They have taken Dunkirk. Or retaken Dunkirk. Oh, in Spain, the Allies have started taking a bit more ground again. And they take another port in northwestern Spain. They haven't taken any ground in Italy, so that's a stalemate there. Can we see anything about the German situation? How's their manpower? They are below 1,000 manpower now. They will start having some problems. Their industry is not massive, whereas the Soviets have a massive industry, but no manpower to speak with. Japanese have no manpower, no industry. So that's the ones that we've been spying. Well, technically speaking, with the Soviets, it's less risky spying. We won't get caught, but I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.